My military service had me in the Marine Corps for 4.5 years, another couple years in the Coast Guard. I got out. I had moved to Las Vegas back in 2015. My goal was to get into politics when I moved out here. I was schmoozing and hobnobbing with locals. There was a Coffee with the Mayor event, and I ran into Pete and Kelley there. They mentioned they were veterans as well, and happened to show up in one of their trikes, and they had the truck out there, and Pete's just bursting at the seams with energy, and it was really refreshing. So I went over to the FNG headquarters. I sat down and talked with them and just really loved what they were doing, and started bringing my family around. And through them, I got involved. I decided to go back to college. I started working with the VA. I got an ID card. Finally went and saw a dentist and got health care. Like, just my whole life it turned around. I realized that everything I was mad about and everything that happened in the military, it wasn't all peaches and cream. And it was the first time I'd ever met anybody that had openly talked about what they had gone through. The Veterans Over Forgotten Not Gone were the first people that ever let me realize that I wasn't alone, and that there were others like me that were suffering in silence. And it was the first time where I felt like I had a voice.
What is so special about Forgotten Not Gone?
Forgotten Not Gone created a safe space. And it's one of these things where, as the man of the house, the head of the household, that you don't get to be vulnerable. I can't go talk to my kids about my nightmares. You know, they talk to me about their nightmares, and I provide them solutions. And at that point, I couldn't even talk to my partner about it because her upbringing was so sheltered and different that every time I started broaching the subject, there was defensiveness, and I couldn't even get into, the details of what I was experiencing and what I was suffering. The first time I went over there, Pete was telling me about, having to cry and opening up, and I had never met another veteran that was willing to talk about their feelings. And for the first time ever, I had someone I could talk to about what I went through. And then I met other veterans and I met other Marines, and it was the first time I heard that what I went through in boot camp and in the Marines wasn't normal. That's not what the experience is supposed to be. And, it was always normalized. And unfortunately, until I met them, and it was 2015 or 16, so I'm 38 years old. I'm 15 years removed from the military before I could even talk about what I endured while I was in. And the very first afternoon, he and I were crying and hugging it out. It was the first time I'd ever opened up about half this stuff. And he put me in touch with the right people. Hey, look, pursue what you're doing. You still are eligible if you just ask. And I was able to get my GI Bill transferred, thanks to Pete, from a Montgomery to a post 9/11. I went back on my bachelor's degree. I was able to go to the VA and get health care and file a claim, which I had because of getting out, I had just ignored it. I got out and had to start living. So without him, I would have no clue. I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now. I've got a fantastic job where I get to help other veterans file their claims and make sure their families are taken care of. And none of this would have happened if it wasn't for the Veterans Over Forgotten Not Gone.
How do trikes help?
That's a wild question because it's so hard to describe. I am an introvert to this day, and yet there's no euphoria like riding through downtown Las Vegas with people honking their horn and cheering and celebrating. Riding through the streets of Vegas when you're depressed and you have people cheering for you and celebrating you and thanking you, there's nothing like it on the planet. Like, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for Pete and Kelley. And I say it till I'm blue in the face, but I truly am grateful, and it's the things like this, thinking about the early days. The whole organization has done so much for me. It changed my outlook on life, what I felt was important. My career now, I work for the California Department of Veterans Affairs as a veteran service officer. I wouldn't have done that if Pete and Kelley and the people over at Forgotten Not Gone hadn't encouraged me to go be a veterans advocate here in Nevada. They saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and the whole organization really, they got me into college. They put me in the right people. They got my college funded. They helped me get my master's degree. They helped me get my job. Like, at every twist and turn, the Veterans Over Forgotten Not Gone have absolutely had my back, and I'm grateful for them.
So it's not just the trikes?
The trikes are just a modality to get people together, to open up, and to put smiles on people's faces. And again, there is no way to describe it. Trike life means that those of you who didn't serve can still get involved, still help, still support, and still get out and have a great opportunity and great time. It's a fantastic organization and a way to stay healthy, stay active, and be vocal in your support. You can't talk to somebody until you learn to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. And riding through the streets of Las Vegas on a trike in front of thousands of people, it does that. It forces you. You don't have a choice. You've got to be confronted. All eyes are on you. It's not just a fear in the back of your mind. It's a reality. Now, what are you going to do? You just keep pedaling and smiling, and you realize that people don't hate you, that they're not out to get you, that not everyone is an enemy. And when it comes to confronting PTSD, like my whole thought for years was that everyone had an agenda. And it's not that at all. It's just that I had personally encountered bad people who wanted to take advantage of veterans, that most people celebrate what we've done, but we come back to an environment where we don't feel like our service was appreciated, that we long for the camaraderie that we lost, and everything that I missed about my service and that brotherhood I found and Forgotten Not Gone from the time I first walked through the door.
Describe Peter and Kelley's commitment to Forgotten Not Gone.
It's something that's lost on, we're not just numbers. Veterans aren't just numbers with Forgotten Not Gone. And I say this to veterans because most people don't get it, but for most of these organizations that want you to get involved and could care less, they just want your numbers and your face. Forgotten Not Gone wants you, wants your soul, your heart. They want your body. Give them a chance. Like it's crazy. I can't explain it, but I was tired of being taken advantage of them for the first time. I found an organization that thought of me as a person and recognized that what I had been through was both unique and it wasn't. I wasn't alone, and I had a family. I can't explain it. The veterans over here, there's people that have left and gone across the country, and they'll always be family, and they'll always have a place to stay with me, and I know it's reciprocal. It's a network like you can't describe, and I'm grateful for them.
What was your most memorable ride?
My most memorable ride was when Pete and I did the rock and roll marathon, and I can't even remember the year, but it was 26.2 miles, hills, cramping. I was sore for 2 days afterwards. At that point, that was the longest anyone with Forgotten Not Gone had gone on trikes. And afterwards, I felt like I could do anything. And I've carried that with me through the rest of my life. So hands down, rock and roll marathon, Pete and I riding, best memory with Forgotten Not Gone, best ride.
Does this help make veterans more visible to the community?
A lot of times there's parades, there's festivals. You hear about 22 veteran suicides every day, and I'm hard-pressed to find a human being that says, whatever, that doesn't care. But there's not a lot you can do. And it's not just about donating money, and that's one of the big things people don't understand. Get involved. Jump on social media and follow Trike Life. Support Trike Life and what they're doing and what they're giving back. But Trike Life is an opportunity for those people who are civilians and not quite sure how they can help a veteran. Just jump on the website, support the social media, take a picture, post it to your friends and ask them to do the same thing. And through that, the message gets spread, and the opportunity is there to help veterans actually overcome what I've had to overcome, and what ultimately funds the mission for Pete and Kelley is allows them to get veterans out, get them out of the house, and to find other like-minded individuals that are suffering as well, and to make sure you're not suffering in silence.
What's one of your favorite stories about Forgotten Not Gone?
I can't even come up with one. I'll just rapid fire like 5. Like coming into town with my sons, and Pete jumping in the big box truck, showing up, bringing some trikes down, and Pete just showed up with the trikes and took us on a 2-hour trike ride, and my kids couldn't stop talking about it. Like it saved our entire trip. When I was in college and I needed somebody to interview involved in the community, and I called Pete and Kelley like 4 a.m, hey, can you guys be at the college in 6 hours to be interviewed on camera? And they showed up without a question asked, representing Forgotten Not Gone. They supported me throughout my education at times where I just wanted to give up. There's so much stuff I can't sum it up. There's no way that I can describe any one memory. This organization has saved my life, and again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Pete and Kelley and everyone involved, they're godsends. It's a lifestyle. It really is. That's why it's called Trike Life. You don't just do this. If you don't believe in it, it doesn't make sense. But if you want to help and you believe in helping others, and you believe in giving back to your community, if you believe in staying active, if you believe in just maintaining a positive mindset and putting solutions over sedation, Trike Life, Forgotten Not Gone, they're a fantastic organization and a way to give back.
What would you say to a veteran Who doesn't want to hang out with other struggling veterans? What would you say to change their minds?
I wouldn't even try to. Don't hang out with a bunch of people. Give Pete a call and just say, hey, look, I just want to bond. That's the nature of the organization. Whatever works for you, whatever you as a veteran feel like is best, just go out in the middle of nowhere with Pete and go take a ride. Just listen to, birds chirp and the sound of the tires over the gravel. When there's not a car, you don't see another human being for 30, 45 minutes at a time, because that's an option. It's not just about stomping through the streets of downtown Las Vegas. That's our motto, but there's so much more to it. It's about doing whatever it takes to get out of the damn house and find a solution before sedation. Don't let the VA tell you that the only way is those drugs. And that's how all this got started. If you're not healthy, there's a trike for you. It's all electric. Ride it like a video game. If you don't have transportation, someone will come get you. The whole goal is just reach out. It works if you work it. Reach out. Forgotten Not Gone there for you.